Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It's Wednesday before the holiday, and I am about ready to make one of the best and easiest French silk pies. It's not too sweet, it's nothing fancy, and it's very easy. Anybody can do this. I'm going to show you what I do. I first start by making some homemade whipped cream, and I just eyeball it all. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I throw in probably 2 cups of heavy cream and a couple tablespoons of powdered sugar. And then we're going to turn this on, probably more than let's say 3 cups, and probably 4 cups or 4 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And we're going to just turn this on and start whipping this cream up. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. We like French silk pie, but we also have learned over the years sometimes it can be really sweet. And it's not that I'm opposed to sweet, because normally I do. I don't know if it's getting older or what, but sometimes it's just too much. So we try to tone it down a little bit. So we're just going to let this go. So simple. And in a couple of minutes, we're going to have some homemade whipped cream. Looky here, everybody. You will see that this, after just a couple minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, it starts forming whipped cream. And I am going to stop this, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator in a separate bowl. Okay, so I just took my whipped cream out of the bowl, and for right now, I'm just going to stick it in the refrigerator. I am going to tell you some simple ways to do this. You can see I've been baking. There's a cherry pie, there's a pumpkin pie, and soon there's going to be some chocolate pies. This recipe is pretty easy. All you do is add a cup of butter, and a cup or a cup and a half of sugar. I like it a little bit less sweet, so I'm only going to be adding a cup of sugar. I will tell you, this is the sugar I use. If you've ever had a French silk pie and it tasted grainy like sand, it's because you're not using this really refined, ultra fine sugar. This is the sugar I only use to make this pie. Otherwise, it's going to taste gritty. Nobody likes to sit there and eat a piece of pie that feels like you're eating sand. So this is the cup of sugar and a cup of butter in there. And you're just going to put this back down, let this machine do all the work for you, and just mix it in. With this, you want to also add just a teaspoon of vanilla. Just let that go until it's a little bit mixed in. You want to get that butter and sugar together. And then what I've done is I have melted my baking bar, and I actually use 2. I don't just use 1, and I'll show you why, because I add that whipped cream into this pie filling after it's done. It makes it a little less sweet. So now you just pour all of that in here. I'm sorry, I only got 1 hand, so I'm going to pour it in. Okay, it's all in there, and trust me, you do not want to lick that bowl. Whew, I made a mistake of that once. It is bitter. If you like bitter chocolate, go for it. Now all you're going to do is let this mixer mix all of that in. You'll see the butter and the sugar and everything just becomes mixed together really well. I want to stop it and scrape all those sides down. So you can let it all get really mixed in good. Again, you're just letting this machine do all the work for you. Just let it go for a couple minutes. You can see it's already looking really good in there. It's already coming together. Look at the consistency of this. This is just the butter and the sugar, the vanilla, and the 2 baking bars put in here together. Now we're going to add 1 egg at a time. And you're going to put each egg in here and just let it go for 5 minutes on medium spin here. And tell me how easy this is. You're just letting this do all the work. So I come over here immediately and I just set my timer over here on the stove, 5 minutes. And I usually go do something else. And we're going to do this for 4 eggs. So you're going to add an egg, 5 minutes, let it go. Add an egg, 5 minutes, let it go. And you will see this texture continues to change. And don't script on this. Don't try to lessen the time. Just do each egg for 5 minutes. And after each egg goes for 5 minutes, you scrape down all the sides every single time before adding a new egg. It is so simple. I grew up in a house where we did a lot of baking, especially around the holidays. But we always baked. We're a church family. My dad was a minister, and we always had church functions. So there was always something to do cooking-wise. I don't really love to cook, but I like to bake. And I'm not the prettiest baker. As you can see, I did some pies. The pie crust is from scratch. And I took a lot of cheats. Like the canned pie filling. It's just canned pie filling with some extra seasonings and spices in there. And the pumpkin's the same way, canned. But there's some things I won't scrimp on, like my pie crust, because to me, it makes a huge difference. It's easy. It's, quite honestly, just as cheap to make it yourself. And so I do a lot of things, a mixture of scratch and what I call cheat. Not like my great-grandma used to do it, but it will work. And it's just as good, to be honest. Alright folks, my timer is just about ready to go off. We put 1 egg in here, we let it go for 5 minutes, that timer is going to go off. And I am going to scrape the sides down, put another egg in, and set my timer again for 5 minutes. There's my timer. Turn this off, lift this up, and scrape it down. Just want everything to get good and mixed up in here. Again, look how easy, guys. And you're going to have one of the best chocolate pies you've ever had, and it is so good. There's my second egg. Again, we're going to repeat this until all 4 eggs are in. We will be back once this is done. Alright, there goes my timer for my second egg. So we're going to stop this, and I'm going to lift it up so everybody can see what it looks like. Here's the consistency. And once again, we're going to scrape down the sides. Easy peasy. Just go all the way around your bowl. Try to get all that down there. And we're going to add our 3rd egg, and we're going to repeat. We're going to do this for another 5 minutes on a medium level. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Pick a level that you feel good about. Pretty simple. Set your timer for 5 minutes, and we'll be back in a minute. Actually, 5. Okay, here we go. We got 8 seconds left on our timer for our 3rd egg. Turn that off. And come over here, and I'm going to turn this off and show you how it looks right now after the 3rd egg. Here's the 3rd egg. And again, what are we going to do? We're going to scrape all those sides off. Just going to make sure everything is incorporating in here. Get it down there. We're going to start this for our 4th egg, and it will be done. Yay! Here goes our 4th egg in. 5 minutes. Setting my timer for 5 minutes, and I'll see you in 5 minutes. Alright everybody, my last egg is in for 5 minutes. And again, don't rush this 5 minutes in between. You get really tempted, let me tell you. Let the mixer just do its job. And then you will have the best French silk pie, and it's extremely easy, as you can see. Alright, there's our last 5-minute egg. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this, and then I'm going to show you, because right here you can be done. Like I said, I already cut the sugar from 1.5 cups to just 1 cup, and that's because my family, my dog is barking, My family likes it a little bit less sweet. So what I do, like I said, you can just pour this right now into your pie, put it in the fridge, and it's going to stand up and it's going to be yummy. If you're looking for a little bit less sweet, take that homemade, or you can even use Cool Whip or any other that's already done. I do my own because it's so easy. You saw me do it in the beginning. And I add a good amount of this into that and just stir it up. It just makes it, again, not so sweet. So I'm going to add some of this in. And I'm just going to start folding it in. And again, it's just based on your preference, what you like. Maybe you just wanted to stop there and be done, which is more than acceptable. I'm just going to add this stuff in. Mix it really well. And the dog's in there having a fit. And then this is going to sit up so pretty, and then I'm going to use the last of what I have here whipped cream wise for the top of it after it sits in. So you can see this is going to be delicious. You can see it just got a little bit lighter. And I'm going to take it over here to my already ready shells. I'm going to pour this into my 2 shells. I just poured these into my shells. Isn't that pretty? You just let this sit in the refrigerator for probably 46 hours, let it fully set up. And I'm going to use the last of my whipped cream for the top and put some chocolate candy on top, Hershey candy bar. It's going to be beautiful and it's going to taste delicious. I will show you the finished product as I get through it. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.